Convinced that the attorney they assigned to me, without my knowledge in my Hillsborough County, assigned me after arrest for arraignment. They assigned me attorneys for these new charges. Well, one was the existing charge, VOP, violation of probation. That's another issue, but I didn't need help with any of that. They appointed these things to me. This is just the law, okay? For example, now the separate things with this traffic incident, Judge Jeffrey Rich, God bless him, he saw through a lot of this, in my opinion. I don't know, I didn't really ask him. He's a very fast-winded, to the point. He's a good judge, okay? In my professional opinion. And I'm not a professional, I'm just a victim. But I have a feeling that this, the state of Florida, the Public Defender's Office, is pulling a lot of strings, like political corruption or something. Because I don't know. This whole state, they charged me with this crime. It's impossible, okay? And then they rigged it all up, and then they put attorneys on me, and then the attorneys and the state and the judge are all together, like, what the fuck? Yo, I don't have a criminal record. This would be my first conviction of some kind of crime. I really don't understand it. Like, I wasn't even convicted of a crime. Like, for example, this is an allegation. I'm talking about the VOP. I should have never been on probation. I never should have been convicted for that. But that's another thing. It's not a big deal. Actually, I have to go get a piece of mail. That's another thing. The time I was supposed to be in court, I had to be present to sign for a package from the Public Defender's Office. And I wasn't here because of the accident, and I didn't sign for it, but it's just coincidental. Really. Public Defender's Office, in court, failure to appear, and I'm supposed to be here to sign for a package. I was told I didn't need to be there, and now they put a failure to appear. It's like they're rigging this whole system up. You know what? This is going to go as far as I can get it to the top, because we are at war, believe it or not. It's a world war, and that's all I'm going to say. It started, I believe, in my opinion, in 1998. Okay, in 1998. I could draw you a big map, but that's when I was in training, and I watched the world. 1998, the bombing of Iraq, and the Russian infusion to Afghanistan, and so on and so forth. And then what happened a couple years later? Listen, we have been at war for a long time, and it's a world war, believe it or not. It's a world war. And now we are here pretty much at war in our own state, or our own country, and then in our own state, because we got two parties that can't agree with one another. And one of the parties wants to make the country better because we're really suffering, okay? This goes beyond, like, everybody's suffering. Religious groups are suffering. Ethnic groups are suffering. Everybody's suffering, okay? But I believe it's all just like a smoke screen, because you let the little stuff go. So now men can transform into females without any questions. Nobody knows. And then, I mean, the females really can't transform into males too much, because they need a extended... yeah. I don't know what extension. I don't know what you call that. Hey, Jason's not with me, because this is a rental car. And in case I get arrested in the rental car, I don't want to lose Jason. And plus, I don't want to draw attention to myself. So this guy doesn't. I mean, actually, how's the back of his head? We're good. We're good both ways, right? Anyway. No, everything's good. I gotta do some things, though, and I'm just waiting. Getting sadder and sadder by the moment, because it's just, the stress is really killing me. And I just wonder why I got to go through all this. Like, what's the end goal? What's the end game? You know, Allah has something planned for me, something good. So He tells us it's a commandment. Be sabr. Be of the sabarin, the patient ones. So, be sabr, sabr, sabr. Sabri. I am really one of the most patient people I know, considering all the circumstances. I know my circumstances, and I know how people would react. And like I said, 99% of people would not be able to withstand a lot of this. That makes me feel good. Really, it does. Like, I know I'm rare. I know I'm rare. I know that I'm really my own worst enemy when it comes to this kind of thing, because I'm too tough. And when you're too tough, you take a lot, and it wears on you mentally, you know. And believe me, listen, this is one thing that police officers and I would have in common. Like, they go through a job, and it's a lot of stress, and they got to deal with it. And there's marital issues, and like probably 95% of police get divorced, and rather quickly. I am not a police officer. I have nothing to do with them. I don't want to say I hate the law, because then, you know, I mean, that would be... I don't hate the law. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I support the law. I really do. I support police officers. I support these, you know, these things. But there are always bad apples. And you have to remember, too, I don't like... persons of, let's say, color. When I say color, I mean color of law. Like, I don't like people with badges that are utilizing their badges and their legal... I can't remember words. Authority. I was going to say blessings. Legal blessings. Authority. Somebody will deal with me one day. Anyway. Wait, be patient. Be of the patient ones. It was a commandment. God gave us a commandment. Allah does not give us suggestions. We are His servants. He has created us to serve Him and to honor Him. And we are below the angels. Kind of in a way, we're above the angels, but we're below the angels, because the angels they don't know free will. They don't know anything like that. They're Allah's soldiers. They carry out His commandments. They don't commit sins. There's no bad angels. We can get into big theological debates about that too. You know, about angels that lose their wings and fallen angels. This is not Islam. We don't believe in that. There's a other side to that. It's just for example, the same thing as the life of Isa ibn Maryam, Jesus, the Messiah. He has a different outlook on these things. Maybe people will understand. We love him. Believe it. But we can't do anything we can't change how the people are in regards to how they believe or what they think. We can't do that. So we have to wait until the day of judgment, and everybody will be set straight. Anyway, I don't want to get into this religious or anything like that, but I mean, whatever I'm doing and recording, that's for everybody else too, you know, because we never know what can happen. And I don't want my daughter to think that I didn't care about her. I'm being forcefully held against her, away from her. And she's 8 years old, and I haven't seen her for 6 years. And it's really killing me. Literally. I mean, mentally, I'm already dead. So, nobody can understand that until they have children. And then when you're a man and you have a girl, you have a little girl, I didn't care either way. I mean, I wanted a son because I'm I'm father's only son. You know, I have 6 sisters. We don't have brothers. You know, my dad doesn't have sons, so I'm his only son. And I have to carry the branch. So it's kind of important to me, but I had a daughter, and I thought, you know what? If God wills it, that's how it is. But after my daughter, I didn't want to have a child with her anymore. I didn't want to be like around that anymore. Like it was hard for me because I wanted that. Like I loved her in my way. I said I loved her, but it wasn't mutual because she would have probably sought help. Oh. Anyway, it doesn't matter. All this is really for my daughter at an older age when she can understand it and see it and put all the pieces together. And it's for everybody else too, because I guarantee you, I can't guarantee you anything, sorry. I can't, but I'm not going to make it that far to see her graduate high school. I don't believe that I will. I don't believe I will even make it to her 12th birthday, which would be in 4 years. So I don't think I'll be around here by the time I'm 50 years old. I don't know. And that's hard for me to say. Nobody knows. No, never say never because you never know. I mean, I am not somebody who the only thing I can do is take the pain and suffering. And that's all I can do. And I'll do it as long as I can. That's what I mean. I want her to know that if I'm not around, that all of this stuff, hopefully it's forever, video, audio, and she will learn me and know me. But I mean, unfortunately, I wish all of this wasn't like this. Like, I would only love to give the best impressions and the best of circumstances. And watch, my ex would use this. She'll stalk me and she'll use this video. Oh, he's trying to communicate with me, or he's sending my daughter messages. Like, it never ends. And like anything I do, and everybody's telling me just walk away, get rid of all that life, forget it. And to the point I was like, let me do ayahuasca. I know a lot of people that I worked with that are military, and they're not well either, like after the traumas they experienced. And some of them didn't make it, and that's a big issue we have to deal with. You put people through all these traumas and they see all these things, and it goes in their mind and burns and burns and burns into their brain cells until they forget the good things. So all I'm trying to do is fill my mind with good things, not blood and the horror. The things that after the head injury, I forgot a lot of that, but there's some things that just stand. They just stand, and I can't forget that. And I try. For example, is the very first dead body I saw when I was 6 years old. I found her in the car, and I just never forget any of that. And I think about that a lot, and I can't help it. So it was my best friend's mother killed herself in her car, in her garage, with the engine running. So, and I found it. And the only reason I found it was because I was the runt. And I was the only one that fit through that halfway cracked window to find the dog feces all over the house. He was excited. He knows. I remember he was a black Labrador or maybe, yeah. Anyway, he knew something was going on. Dogs are smart. I mean, all of these people I have met along the way has been very significant. Even the bad ones have been a significant impression on me. And I'm not going to say good or bad because I take the good from it all. You know, even though I think there's the one girl that's toxic. When I look at pictures, I was looking at some earlier because I still have some buried in my drive somewhere. And I was like, oh, wow, because I got to clean up. And I'm like, I'm not going to delete those pictures because there were great moments when we smiled and we were happy and we're fine still. It's not a big deal. It's just I don't want to get involved with her again. You know what I mean? So we did take a couple more pictures like months ago, just like, I don't remember where we were. I remember the picture. I don't think we were eating, or I think ooh, I took her to dinner. That's where the pictures were. I don't know. I really don't. Does it really matter? Does any of it even matter? I like this little, is that a wire? Yeah, it's a power wire going to the house. I never noticed that. I don't even know what is that thing right there? It's an optical illusion. There's something above my head. You see that? Like there's nothing there. Look. Do you see that? It's like that thing right there. Like right in the middle. Anyway, all I do is waste time. Waste time.